It seemed like the Sabres were headed toward another lost season, but they've done just enough in the past month or so to stay relevant. There was just over a month to go in the NHL season, so today on the Sportsnet Power Rankings, we are highlighting some huge questions to ponder as we rocket through the final 5 weeks. The biggest issue this time of year is always who will and won't squeeze into the playoffs. We've got a doozy of a battle shaping up in the Eastern Conference where 5, maybe even 6 teams are all scrapping it out for the final 2 or 3 berths. We have to start with the Detroit Red Wings, whose season is suddenly in jeopardy thanks to a 6-game losing streak. A very short time ago, the Red Wings were one of the feel-good stories in the league as they looked poised to pin down their first playoff appearance since 2016. Well, here come Patrick Roy's Islanders, who pulled themselves back into the chase with a 6-game winning streak. The top line of Bo Horvat between Matthew Barzal and Brock Nelson has been fantastic for the Islanders, and they've also received strong play at the other end of the ice from goalie Ilya Sorokin. People have been wondering if the Philadelphia Flyers would fall out of a playoff spot basically since October. The Flyers are hanging tough. They're still in 3rd place in the Metro Division. The Tampa Bay Lightning, by their own high standards, have certainly had a tough go this year, and the season-ending injury to defenseman Mikhail Sergachev was a tough blow. The Bolts added Matt Dumba and Anthony Duclair at the deadline and are trying to keep their head above water through the final 17 games to see if their playoff expertise can kick in once the second season begins. The Washington Capitals are still hanging around the bottom of the playoff picture, and maybe, just maybe, we have to mention the Buffalo Sabres here. It seemed like the Sabres were headed toward another lost season, but they've done just enough in the past month or so to stay relevant. And, oh by the way, their next 2 games are head-to-head matchups against teams that are chasing the Red Wings and Islanders. Do you still believe Western New York? Over in the West, the 8 playoff teams are more or less locked in. The real drama is in the Central Division, where Winnipeg, Dallas, and Colorado all have a real shot to win the group. The truth, though, is one of these teams is going to be gone after round 1 thanks to a playoff format that sees the 2nd and 3rd place finishers in the Central face off. We've been talking about teams here, but there are some fascinating storylines attached to individual players. We were just talking about the Colorado Avalanche, and look, the Art Ross and Hart trophies are still Nathan MacKinnon's to lose. The 28-year-old has never won either award, getting nudged for the 2018 MVP by Taylor Hall and finishing as a Hart finalist on 2 other occasions. Still, number 97 in Edmonton is charging hard. And while Nikita Kucherov is also right there in the scoring race, it feels like if Connor McDavid can find a way to overtake McKinnon at the top of the scoring charts, with the way the Oilers started this year, McDavid is going to make that MVP race very, very interesting. Speaking of awards, Brock Faber is having an unbelievable year for the Minnesota Wild. He's on pace for 47 points, and if he surges just a little and pushes that up to 50, he'll become just the 6th defenseman in basically the last 35 years to finish with that many points as a freshman blue liner. That said, the way Connor Bedard has returned from a fractured jaw has to make him the Calder favorite. The 18-year-old has 8 points in his past 2 games and is suddenly looking like he might finish as a point-per-game rookie. We may still be a ways off from playoff talk in Chicago, but in the meantime, what a talent Hawks fans have to watch each time their squad hits the ice. Now let's get a look at the full ranking. The typically tight Boston Bruins have been a little loose of late, giving up nearly 5 goals per game in the past 7 outings. We should take another second here to highlight just how good Nikita Kucherov has been for the Bolts. He will definitely get Hart Trophy love. The Blues hung around the postseason picture for a while, but St. Louis is now poised to miss the big dance in back-to-back seasons for the first time since 2011. Connor Bedard isn't the only guy scoring in Chicago right now, as the Blackhawks have put up 20 goals in their past 4 outings. All right, I'm Ryan Dixon. That's all the time we have for now, but check back next week and all season long right here for the Sportsnet Power Rankings.